A round of applause to my guest, Kuya Kurt.
Am I showing enough chest hair?
Yeah.
Do we need more?
No, you're good. You're good. How you, brother?
I'm
First
good,
of all,
man.
Cheers.
Kampai.
Kampai.
Tagay.
Tagay.
Tagumpay.
Oy. So, guys, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you guys are having an amazing Friday. It's traffic in Manila. It's traffic in Manila. And, guys, if I'm loud, please let me know. So, brother, how are you, man?
Good, man. Thanks for having me on. This is super exciting. This is the first podcast
This is the first.
I've ever done since moving here to the Philippines.
Bro, thank you so
You
much.
guys are, and I've had, I get a lot of people sliding into the DMs asking for podcasts, and I'm just like, I gotta wait for Calvin.
No, bro, thank you so
I gotta
much.
wait for Calvin.
Thank you so much for showing love. You have been showing love always to us, the channel, Manila.knxn, and having you guys. Actually, it's our first episode as well, in where we are doing first live of 2025. So I was like, you need to be here because
Palakpakan natin sila, guys.
yeah, because you have an amazing story. People definitely they need to know more about yourself.
I don't know
and
about that.
No, bro, I know. Like, I know people that want to know more about you too. You moving to the Philippines and stuff like that. So my first question is, how are you, brother? How is your day? How is everything? And how
Good,
is the
man.
traffic in Manila?
Oh my gosh, I had such a fun time getting here because if you're not from Manila, like Manila is one of the largest metropolitan cities on earth, like one of the most densely populated. So it's kind of similar to like if you imagine like LA or New York traffic, but like all day long, not just during rush hours. That's Manila traffic. So I punched in the directions to get here, and on Google Maps it said 20 minutes. If I leave at 6 p.m. I said okay, great. That gives me half an hour to get there and with some time to spend. I order my Grab. As soon as I get inside the Grab, it gives you the estimate of the time arrival. It said like 55 minutes. I'm like, and this was like within just a few minutes of each other. I'm like, how did I just gain like there? But come to find out, Grab's maps and Google's maps, they're not the same.
Because it's the same remember when we were supposed to go to the event that we were supposed to go, that event, the traffic was like, I remember, I was in EDSA, I was driving, bro, it was giving me like 45 minutes. And then I was like, this is going to take like more than an hour.
And it's different when you're on a scooter.
Yeah.
If you're waiting in traffic on a scooter, it's a completely different experience than
yeah.
in a car. Because in a car, you got music, you've got a quiet environment, kind of. But on the scooter, you're just like inhaling the exhaust. You're hearing all the honking. It's a different experience.
Yeah. So, but when did you move here, though?
March 28th, 2025.
Okay.
I got that date. It's
People
on
that know you, like you as a content creator that have been coming, you would just be coming here for like a month, do some content, go back home.
like less than that.
Yeah.
I would come for like 2 or 3 weeks in 20, because I started doing content full time. Well, I started taking content seriously as a potential like career path in April of 2025 or 2024. And that's when I came here because I was working in software at the time with my little brother. We had our own little software company. We were struggling to kind of keep afloat. And I said, you know what? I can't stand software. I don't enjoy trying to sell software. And what do I want to do? And I thought, let me give a try at content creation, because I've always loved content. I consume it. I watch it. I love creating it. I uploaded my first YouTube video in like 2007. And when I was
2007.
Yeah, bro, right? It was videos right before for the viewers that don't know, I was in the military for 10 years. So it was right before we deployed to Iraq. I had a new cell phone. I think it was like an iPhone 3 or something like that, basic. And it shot video. And so for the first time, like we could just make these goofy videos in like the barracks. And so I had, if people went to my YouTube channel and scrolled all the way down, you'll find like the old like 15-year-old videos of me. Like, we were in the barracks one time after a long day, and I had a piece of toilet paper wrapped around my neck like a scarf. Yeah. And I had a bugle. You know the bugle? So I knew how to play that. So I brought it with me on our deployment, and I give like this entire like 6-minute bugle concerto, which is just me being terrible at the bugle on purpose. So it's videos like that. So anyway, I've been doing it for a long time, and in April of 2024, I was like,
let me do this.
Let me try it for real. Like, because I've always been afraid to try it. Because like I come from a family where it's like, you know, very traditional, get a college degree, find a career, stick with it for as long as you can, like the safe route, right?
Yeah.
So I always, even though I always felt like I'm super, like, I don't know, either creative or entertaining to some people I'm just like super annoying, but I enjoyed making the content. And so in 2024 I said, I cannot, our software company's not really working.
Okay.
Am I, do I like go and get another job in software? Do I call it quits? Like what? And I had just turned 40 like the year before this. So like 2 years ago, I just turned 40. So I kind of like.
So like now people that know your age, they're like,
no, I tell my age all the time,
right
bro.
now.
No, bro,
Okay.
I get asked all the time on the vlog. Yeah, like there's no wall between me and the vlog. So I always talk about everything. But I had just turned 40 like the year before this, and I guess I was kind of having like a midlife crisis. So I was like, let's go, let's try content creation. So I tried it starting in April last year.
You started like in Tagalog already, or how did you? I mean, did you start?
Like my accounts had been around for a while. So like I started out as Tagalog Kurt because in for viewers that don't know, I lived here in the Philippines back in the early 2000s as a missionary up in northern Luzon. So it took me a while, but I learned Tagalog very, very fluently, very, very well. And this was back when I was 21. And when I went back home to the United States, where I'm from, we don't have a big Filipino community in my state of Utah, and I didn't really run into very many. So just over the years, unte, little by little, my language skills, because, you know, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, you lose it. Yeah.
So around 2018, I finally graduated from college. I've been working in software for a while. I wanted to take my first trip back to the Philippines in 2018. So in June, I booked my trip for June 2018. So I knew my Tagalog was horrendous. So in January of 2018, I was like, I really need to practice my Tagalog so that when I go back, because plane tickets are not cheap. Excuse me. It's like a big ticket item.
Big move, dude.
So I wanted to make the most of my time while I was there. I'm like, I wanted to learn Tagalog again. I wanted to like talk to people and just experience the community and the culture here. So in January, at the beginning of 2018, I said, okay, what's the best way to practice? Do I like do an online class? Do I read a book? And I thought, well, I already like making content, so maybe I'll kind of combine the two and I'll start an account. So I opened an Instagram account. I was like, what do I call it? I'm like, well, my name's
Tagalog.
Kurt, and I'm trying to learn Tagalog, so Tagalog Kurt. And the very first videos I did way back then were just, you can scroll back on my Instagram and see my videos. It's just me talking to the camera, but in just terrible Tagalog. Yeah. It was bad, man. Like I still struggle with Tagalog as a second language. Bro.
I wish I could say that.
I still struggle. You know, it's a tough language to learn for English speakers. But back then in 2018, it was indecipherable. Like it was tough. But anyway, that's when I started my Tagalog Kurt accounts, and I used it for that 6 months to get ready for my trip. I would just talk.
So you came, after the first time you came here, that was
in
back
2018.
Okay.
Oh, no, the first time was as the missionary.
Yeah. And then you came back 2018.
And then I came back as a vacationer, as a traveler in 2018. And I was in Mandaluyong for like 3 weeks, and it was great. I loved being here. It was my first time seeing Manila.
You were shooting too, or not really? Making content?
No, just a vacation.
Just vacation.
Yeah, I didn't, I think I did a few videos of like me just talking and walking on the streets. But I didn't film a ton of content. And then I came back after that, went right back to work, and I just didn't really use the accounts very much. And then in 2023, 2024, that's when I started to take it a little more seriously.
And, let me ask you this, yeah? When you started, when you decided to start shooting content, right? You were already, okay, since I kind of speak Tagalog before, did you feel already, okay, let me do some content that is kind of related to the Philippines, or it is something you were just trying out?
Yeah, so when I first started, it was literally, all my first videos were basically me just asking, like, grammar questions. I was asking, syntax, vocabulary, asking people to correct my pronunciation. But being that, like, I'm just naturally a really kind of goofy, nonchalant guy, I'm the middle of 8 kids, so in Tagalog, they call that kulang sa pansin, KSP. It means you're short of attention. So KSP ako talaga. And so I'm a goofy person. So I would make a few goofy videos back when I first started, and then, it was fun. I enjoyed it. And then when I started up for real in like 2023, I was like, all right, what kind of content do I make? And I thought, well, I want to keep learning my Tagalog. I want to practice Tagalog through like making content. And I like to entertain people, so I like making goofy videos. So maybe I can make goofy videos in Tagalog and explore the culture and the people and kind of revisit like the reasons why I love the Philippines so much. So it became a practice for me to learn Tagalog and kind of stay in touch with a culture that I fell in love with in my early 20s. And then slowly it just like, it just started growing, and people thought it was kind of funny, and some people thought it was annoying, which I totally understand. Not everything is meant for everybody. And then it just kind of kept going till we're here. Now it's like, I think we're just at like a little under 5 million followers across
everything,
all platforms, which I never like, that's crazy. Like
no,
that's a great.
No,
that's like wild,
bro. I think it's. I mean, I know you. Like I mean, I think I can say because I have seen how hard you work.
It's not that hard,
bro. Come on, bro.
You're just saying that because you go to bed at 5 a.m. and I go to bed at 10 p.m.
Bro, you post every day.
Yeah,
you get it. Like I know how dedicated you are when it comes to the content.
Yeah.
I know. Because, bro, you have been traveling around,
Yeah.
You have been here for like what? Since you came, since you started.
Like 5 months.
5 months now. And just to kind of, for the people to kind of have an idea, when you came here, how many followers did you have?
When I got, like, in total?
Yeah, in total.
So.
Like, on March. How many followers did you
And
have?
the only reason, I don't want people thinking I memorize my numbers, which I don't. But I do keep spreadsheets. I have a background in finance, so I love spreadsheets. I love tracking numbers. I love statistics. So I think when I first got here, all in all, it was like, I think we're like 700K on Facebook.
700K on Facebook.
700K on Facebook. I think we were at like 20 or 30,000 on YouTube. And like 350K on Instagram and TikTok. So what is that? Like 1.5,
1.5,
something
like
like
now.
that. And now it's it's tripled. Yeah, it's tripled.
That's.
But I think it is a big part because of the daily posting. Because essentially I'm just spamming the internet with my.
I don't really like.
It's like you're just constantly posting, and so
I don't really call it spamming, bro. It's content that you.
It's just a lot. Well, because we always hear too. Like I really love to like read about content creation and like because methodology and like what best practices are, because I like doing it and I want to be good at it. I want to become better at it, so I'm always reading up about it. And you know how they always talk about you should never post more than once, maybe twice a day. And so we tried it out like 3 months ago. We're like, let's just spam the,
let me just give a shout out
internet.
here. So we have 40 people right now, and guys, we will appreciate if you guys drop some like. We only have 17 likes. I would appreciate it if you guys, drop some like and share the video with the barangay and the whole, your friends too. So, bro, just to get back in here, right? So, let me just understand something. Why I do say it's not spamming? Because it is the same as everybody's doing now. If you see all these, like, especially those people that are doing, like, lives or like speed, they have clippers. Yeah, they call it clippers.
Yeah.
So instead of you getting
Clip
a clipper, clip farming, you do it on your own.
I do.
Because it's either okay, like an example, you could get someone. Okay, guys, let me get 5 guys to be uploading my videos and stuff like that, and then they can have some cut.
But those guys like I Show Speed, if I'm doing, I do one long form video a day,
okay,
and like 15 to 20 shorts, and then like however many stories I just make throughout the day organically. I bet you that guys like I Show Speed, they're doing 100 times that number, because they've got like 20, 30 people doing clipping for them, and that's all they do all day long.
But do you think nowadays that is how you can make it as a content creator?
I think that's one of the ways you can make it. Yeah, I think there's a lot of different ways content creators can like go viral, and it honestly just comes down to like how much cringe do you want to embrace? Because if you're willing to embrace being cringy a lot, you'll go viral very, very fast, and you'll get followers. And if you struggle with feeling cringe, like kind of feeling like a phony on camera or something like that, it might take a little bit longer to like, find popularity or make sustainable income with this.
But why do you say when people are kind of like, oh, quality speaks better than quantity?
Yeah, I can't speak universally, But for me, like my content, it's 100% POV. Like almost, if you watch a YouTube video of mine, there's almost zero edits. It's very, very simple. And that was purposeful on our part because I didn't want to make content that was really, really hard to produce. So like tons of graphics, transitions. Cause like, I feel like a big role model for me in terms of like just vlogging, work ethic and like consistency and cadence is Sam Sulek. Do you know Sam Sulek? He's a big, huge bodybuilder in the United States. I think he graduated from college already, but he was an engineering student. And he just started making vlogs like 2 years ago, and he's already got like 3 or 4 million followers. But his vlogs were so simple. It was a clip-on microphone, his camera, and every vlog starts with him at either in his car or in a grocery store. And it's him just driving, talking to the camera. No editing, no subtitles, nothing. And then it's him working out at the gym. That's it. He uploads every single day. His videos get 6-figure views or higher. And he actually made an announcement that he's not going to become an engineer when he's going to graduate, but he's not going to go into engineering because he's going to keep doing YouTube because his YouTube is just, I mean, he makes 10 times the money. So I loved his vlogs. I thought it was real and authentic and raw. And it's like you're just talking to a friend. And so when I decided that I wanted to start vlogging, I'm like, I want to be just a real, I don't have to be like,
editing.
I don't want to be doing tons of editing, but also I just want to be my normal self. Like, I don't want to have to come up with a character like, you know, Logan Paul. Like he talked about when he stopped doing YouTube vlogging, he was so relieved because he didn't have to always be like, hey guys, welcome to the vlog. Oh, we're going to do that. Like, just, you know, you're always like on. And he said he was so happy when he didn't have to do that. And so I thought, I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. So I just want to make my vlogs just raw, real, and just as unedited as possible.
I mean, I kind of relate as well because knowing that mainly we do street interviews, right?
Yeah.
And them street interviews, you don't.
It's just normal. Yeah.
It's normal, you know.
Unless you're Zeke Abella.
Oh yeah.
And you.
Oh.